do it.
That's unfair.
We would be honored if you would join us.
What's going on, guys? So in today's video, I want to talk about something I think might be interesting for those who don't know the answer. Now, we all know that Anakin was the chosen one. He had midichlorians higher than Yoda when he was just a boy, and so on and so forth. Palpatine saw this. He manipulated him for almost 10 years with extreme patience. It's no surprise that once he saw him laying there on Mustafar, burnt to a crisp and limbless, he was crushed and had no use for him anymore. Now, before his loss to Kenobi, Sidious told Yoda during their duel that Vader will become more powerful than either of them. This was true. He was destined to overpower every Jedi in the galaxy. Now, the answer to this is Anakin, or rather Vader, after his loss to Obi-Wan, lost over 20% of his total power. How did I get this number? George Lucas in many interviews has said himself that Vader was only at 80% of his full power after Mustafar at his potential, compared to Sidious, which means that he would have been even more powerful than that. Now that's 1/5 of his power gone. Can you imagine what he'd be like at full power? I'm now going to say a quote from the Revenge of the Sith Junior novelization where Sidious on Mustafar walks right up to Anakin and gives us a piece of his thoughts about everything that happened and why Anakin won't be as powerful as before. No, it can't be. But it was. His promising new apprentice, who was to be the greatest Sith who'd ever lived, maimed and burned, perhaps dead. Darth Sidious ground his teeth in frustrated anger. Part of him wanted to turn on his heel and leave what was left of Darth Vader to burn to ashes in the rising lava. Even if he was alive, even if he could be saved, Vader would be crippled. And not just with his mechanical limbs. The Force, dark side as well as light, was generated by living beings, and it took living flesh to manipulate it. Darth Vader would never be able to cast blue force lightning. That required living hands, not metal ones. And with so much of his body replaced by machinery, he would never come close to the potential that he'd had. It was a great pity, Darth Sidious thought, controlling his anger, but perhaps not irreparable. Even diminished, Darth Vader would still be very strong, and there were no Jedi left to challenge him. Darth Sidious had seen to that himself. So he kept walking until he could bend over the body. And to his surprise, his apprentice was still alive. So first off, we gotta think like Sidious would for a moment. He pretty much executed the majority of Jedi in the galaxy with Order 66, and those who he missed were too afraid and outnumbered to come out of hiding. This would make the galaxy much more safe from the Jedi than anything. From his point of view, at least. So from here, a burnt and weaker Anakin was still an extremely powerful Vader. He was the best option from what was around. However, this was the moment that sparked Sidious in looking for a newer, younger, more powerful apprentice. That's why, all throughout the comics, he tries to find new ones or new ways to test Vader. Then, when the son of Skywalker came along, with all of his power and the Skywalker bloodline running through his veins, he was like, yep, he's my next apprentice, 100%. And if he will not be turned, then he will die. And you know what? It almost worked too, as we all saw. But if Luke didn't see Vader's chopped off hand, connecting it back to his own and realizing, whoa, down this path is only one outcome, then the Star Wars galaxy would have been very different today. Now, I want to make a video covering just how powerful Darkseid Anakin would have been if he didn't lose to Obi-Wan. I think that'd be a fun one for sure to have theories on. So at a 20% loss, that's the Vader that we saw, which was still extremely powerful and struck so much fear into the entire galaxy. So I wonder what a full power Vader would be like. Let me know what you guys think of Anakin's lost potential and what kind of powers that he'd have developed so I can cover them in the next video. Thanks for watching, everyone. I will see you all in the next episode of Star Wars Theory. I want you all to have an awesome and safe day, and I will see you all very soon. Until then, my fellow Jedi and Sith friends, remember,
the Force will be with you, always.
Now, fulfill your destiny.